And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, back with another episode here on this channel. And here in this game, we're continuing with this FIU rebuild. And you see the introduction here to this week's matchup. We are playing the Liberty Flames this week. And yes, they are ranked going into this game. Undefeated on the season. The best team in this Conference USA by far this year. They are 5-0 right now. And, I mean, we'll see their schedule here in a minute, but they've kind of dominated a lot of the teams that they've played this season. And FIU, 2-3 right now, 0-2 in the conference after losing a tough game and a pretty brutal loss to Louisiana Tech in overtime last week. Here's a look at recruiting. We still don't have a recruit committed yet, but we're first for Antonio Haskins right now. Nobody else is going after him. That's a good sign. I really want to get him. He's a 3-star gem. Athlete, quarterback, a scrambler there. So we're in good position for him at the moment. Really Funchess. You know, Miami is going after him pretty hard right now, apparently. And so that might be a recruiting battle that I don't know how likely we are to win that recruiting battle. But Jalen Rowe, he's a fullback. We do need a fullback in this draft class. We're going after him at the moment. We're first on his board. Justice Rubin, we're first on his board as well, although Florida is kind of catching up, trying to get him as well. And Iosofe Teo, I'm not trying to pronounce that first name exactly, but we are also first for him, as he's now into his top 5. We don't have a visit scheduled for him yet. Philip Gibbs, we are first for him right now, although you see Florida and Atlantic and Georgia Tech kind of coming up the ranks for him. Tim Sucre, unfortunately, their Miami has been gaining a lot on us, and that might be a battle that's going to be a tough battle for us, and we'll have to see if we can win this one. And same thing with Austin Buggs, who's a bust, but still a 3-star prospect here, and 3-star recruits, and unfortunately Georgia or Florida has taken the lead a lot on him. Zach Wheat, though, Zachary is really close to committing to us. Nobody else has offered him a scholarship. We have a week-9 visit scheduled for him, but he's about to commit. And so Zach Wheat might be our first commit of the season. We'll see whether or not that happens here really soon. You got Naylor there. We're also first for him. We're first for Ben Vallejo at the moment as well. And then middle linebackers are going after 4 of them here, and we're putting points on all of them. Mike Childress, right now, we're first for him with Miami behind us. Colum DeGuerre, we are first for him right now, putting 35 points on him. We're first for those other 2 guys as well. Then at free safety, Tyrone Chambers, he's about to commit. He's pretty close to committing to a school here. We are first for him right now. Dave Storm, a bust, but still a 3-star recruit there. We're first for him as well. Then we're first for this kicker, St. John's, and we are also first for Dalton Arnett, the punter that we are going after in this recruiting battle as well. So we look at points here, and I took some points off of some players, and we're going to schedule a visit for Mike Childers. He's a 4-star recruit here from Miami, Florida, and we're going to schedule him for a Week 9 game against Sam Houston here, and we're going to schedule it for proximity to home as well in this one. And then we are going to we're actually going to schedule a visit for Austin Buggs as well. And well, you look at the visits here. I mean, they're both the same in terms of wins and losses. So we're going to go Week 10 against, and we're going to go Campus Lifestyle. That's Week 10, and that is against New Mexico State, or not New Mexico State, but I can't remember who that team is. But either way, those are what we did in recruiting this week. So scheduling a couple of visits for some guys. And look at the top 25, and we have a big week in terms of games this week. We have number 1 versus number 3 this week, and there's Liberty there at number 25, 5-0 on the season. And here's their record. FCS East, they beat them pretty easily. It was New Mexico State. Okay, they crushed New Mexico State. They only won by 2 against UTEP, who is actually the team that we're going to play next week after this game. And then they beat East Carolina by 3. East Carolina's 4-2 this season. They're playing pretty well. won by 10 against App State. So, yeah, this is a team that's won their games and won most of them pretty handily. And they have two absolute superstars here, both on offense. And this is going to be a really tough game, I think, for our defense because Cato and Salter here, I mean, he is one of the better quarterbacks in the nation, a 91 overall, and he has got excellent elusiveness. And this is the thing that I'm really scared about with him is that he is a scrambling quarterback. He can run around in the pocket. He can tuck it and run. And, I mean, our defense is just not very well equipped for dealing with a quarterback like that. But, of course, he's got great accuracy as well. The accuracy at 90 and has pretty good throw power as well at 90. Has excellent IQ, great awareness, and play action. I mean, this is an all-around, well-rounded QB here. And he's got a few mentals, a ton of physicals. And so, yeah, I'm a little worried. I'm a little scared here for our defense, which has not been able to play well against the pass really that much at all this season. And, you know, Salter, only 1,189 passing yards, but 19 touchdowns to only 1 interception all year. I mean, those are some really, that's an amazing touchdown interception ratio. He's just not going to be a guy that's going to make mistakes through the air really at all. And then the other really big concern in this game is going to be this running back, Quentin Cooley, who is one of the best running backs in the nation as well. He's a 90 overall, and, I mean, he's super quick. He's got 89 elusiveness there. Great carrying at 95. Good IQ at 91. Good power. So he's more of a power back, but he's got great awareness and ball carrier vision. Yeah, Quentin Cooley is definitely, you know, clear-headed, fan favorite, headstrong for the mentals. He's got some mentals there. He's got a lot of physicals as well. But these are two players that, I don't know, defense, they're going to have to try and stop them somehow. And Cooley this year, 549 rushing yards. And, I mean, only 3 touchdowns through 5 games. You might expect that to be higher for him. But, yeah, he's an elusive back, and he's going to be an issue for our defense. Bradley Green as well is an 84 overall. Jordan White as a left guard is an 83 overall. And you just look at this roster. You know, it's an 80 overall roster. It's 82 tight end and Bentley Hanshaw there. But you look at this roster, and, I mean, it's just better. It's just a better roster than we have. We don't have very many 80 or, you know, guys that are over 80 overall. I think we only have like 1 or 2 on our entire roster. And that roster is comprised of a lot more, you know, over 80 overall players. And so that's going to be, we're going to face our toughest challenge of the season. And Jenkins this season, I mean, you know, he's got a lot of yards, 1,704 total yards, 68% completion percentage, but 7 touchdowns, 210 picks this year. He's got to take care of the football for sure in this game. Lexington Joseph has 349 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns. And, you know, our running attack hasn't been nearly as effective, at least I don't think, in the last couple of games as it was in the beginning of the season. Shamar Lawrence has 6 rushing touchdowns and 206 yards, and then Owens 201 yards and 3 more carries. Still does not have a receiving or a passing touchdown. He's the leading receiver for us right now out of the backfield because he's the guy that catches all the screen passes that we throw for the most part. He's got 373 yards receiving. And then Eric Rivers is the second receiver behind Tim. He's the only receiver right now with more than 1 passing or receiving touchdown on the season. He's got 3 of them there and 271 yards. And then you got Myman Patterson, Fournette, Lewis, and Lawrence. All of those guys have, you know, 1 receiving touchdown on the season. And you look at the defense, and, you know, you got Hezekiah Masses with 2 interceptions, 1.5 sacks. Giovanni Davis and Cole Gustafson, both of those guys have at least 6 sacks. Giovanni Davis, 6.5. And, you know, that's one of the things that in this game I don't think has been very realistic for us this year. As 2 guys with, you know, 6 sacks, that's just pretty crazy to have those numbers. And Giovanni Davis does have he has got a fumble recovery that he brought to the house earlier this year as well. I believe that was probably against Tulane, I think. Or not, that was against Florida Atlantic. But Cole Gustafson has 6 sacks. He's been excellent this year. He's forced a fumble. And we've forced quite a lot of fumbles as a defense. And we have 4 fumble recoveries as a team, with Eliza Anderson-Taylor having 1. He was actually a guy, he got the fumble recovery for a touchdown against Florida Atlantic. And then Brian Blades has, 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. And the interception front, I mean, this team they got a lot of interceptions. Too many, really, for my liking this season. And, turn that slider down. But it still kind of seems that we get at least 1 or 2 interceptions every game. But, Bobby Stella Jr. has 1 there. You see all the other guys with 2 or 3. Jamal Potts has been a great player on defense for us. And then you look at kicking, and Chase Gabriel has had a rough season. He's only 5 for 12 receiving this, kicking the field goals this season. That's a little bit rough. And then receivers to watch out for Liberty, you have Tyson Mobley, who's the leading receiver right now, 20 receptions and 4 touchdowns for him. The touchdowns on this team are pretty spread out, actually. You got Treon Sibley, with 5 touchdown receptions, 354 receiving yards. He's got actually the most catches on the team. And, those 2 guys seem to dominate the receiving core for them overall, with the most catches and the most yards. But Julian Gray has 5 touchdowns as well this year. And then their tight end, Hanshaw, has 3 of them. And Cooley, the running back, has 1 as well. And then on defense, you got Taylor Jackson, who, you see he's a leading sack getter on this team. He's only got 2 of them this year. And it doesn't seem like Liberty gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They don't have a lot of total sacks this season, actually, now that we're looking at it. And they don't have a lot of turnovers forced. I don't know if they've forced, we'll look at this later, but apparently it looks like they haven't forced a single turnover all season through 5 games so far. And yeah, we are 2nd right now in the entire NCAA in terms of sacks, which, again, maybe not that realistic for us. But we're top 5 or top 6 there in terms of yards allowed. So, yeah, our defense has really not been able to do much and has not been able to stop guys consistently. Our rushing defense is, middle of the pack in terms of the league, but we are 3rd or 4th right now in terms of passing offense. We've fallen off. We were 1st for a while, but we've kind of fallen behind in that rating. But we are 1st in terms of total yards on, or given up. That's total yards on defense allowed, and we're one of the top teams in terms of giving up. Pass defense has just been pretty bad this year. And you look at the conference play here. Sam Houston is actually 1st in total offense in the conference, but Liberty is number 3 in terms of total offense, and they're 1st in terms of rushing offense this season in the conference, and that is, again, a scary thing for us to face because our rush defense has been very poor this season. So here we go in this football game where there's the opening kickoff. Florida International is going to take the football here. 2-3 on the season, facing ranked Liberty, and I don't think Florida International has ever won our game against ranked opponents. It was Keon Jenkins, 68.3% completion percentage this year, 7 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. We're going to start the game off with a run up the middle, and that's a great carry right there. A 13-yard run up the middle by Keon Owens, who only had 26 rushing yards last week, as it's play action here on 1st down in the 2nd play of the game, going to the outside, looking for Ross Fournette there, looking for number 10 over the middle, trying to get it to him, but cannot find the room there. And now they go back to the pass, and it's a throw over to our tight end. That's Josiah Myman. He's got a catch, and he's got a good catch and run there. 335 passing yards last week for Jenkins. And Jenkins going to go back to the air again. He's going to find his man. That's a catch. Bennett Schallenbach, the offensive lineman there, making a catch. And that's his first catch of the season, I believe. As there's a run by Owens. That's a gain of 4 yards there. He's got a 1st down. And there's a give. This time, Liberty is all over it. They read that play right off the rip. And Lexington Joseph gets taken down behind the line. It's now 2nd down and 15. We're going to go for a screen pass, cutting it back to the inside as Ross Fournette. He's going to get a decent amount of that yardage back, and now it's a 3rd down and 8 for Florida International. The first 3rd down of the game. And looking through the air, he's got that one. No, it is dropped. Can't handle the pass through the contact there. Nevaeh Burris was the intended target on that play. He can't make the grab. And now FIU is going to go out to try and kick a field goal. This is a pretty long one, and it's a good kick, though. And, I mean, Chase Gabriel, he struggled all year in the kicking department. That's only his 6th make of the season, but that was probably his best kick of the season there. I think that was his longest field goal that he's made this year, and he gets that one through the uprights. A good kick and a good drive for FIU to start this game. They get the first points tonight, up 3-0. And that's a good punt there, blocked back in the end zone, and out comes this Liberty offense, and a matchup to watch there. Here's Zika Masses, 26 tackles, 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups. He's our defensive star here, and there's a give to Cooley, and this is going to be their MO all game long. They're going to be leaning heavily on this ground game, especially against our sometimes porous rush defense right now. That's clearly going to be the name of the game for them. They go right back to Cooley, and why not? I mean, he's going to get 5 yards almost every carry. It seems like if we can't dial up something against him here. 2nd down and 5 to the air. Goes the quarterback. He's going to throw it over the middle, and he's got his man, Tyrone Sibley, making that catch over the middle. That's his first grab of the season. Cato Salter's first completion. Now it's a 3rd down and 4, and it's a give to Cooley here, breaking a tackle on the draw play and getting a 1st down. Man, on 3rd down and 5, that was a big conversion right there. Liberty moving right down the field. Salter is back to pass. He's going to dump it off over the middle to the tight end. Hanshaw makes the catch, gets a 5-yard gain. Only had 2 catches last week for the Flames. And that's a give to Cooley. Cooley gets it to the outside, now goes up the middle with it. And Cooley's got a 1st down inside of the 10-yard line. Quinn Cooley on this drive has been nearly unstoppable. Now they're gonna give it right back to him here, evading one tackler, but can't get past the other one. And Eliza Anderson-Taylor is there, making that tackle. Now it's a 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Cooley back to pass. Cooley is! So Salter is taken down. And a great pass rush there, and a sack from Hezekiah Massis. And that's his second and a half sack of the season, or I think he might have had 2.5 sacks going into this game. But Hezekiah Massis coming in on the blitz and getting a huge tackle behind the line against Salter. And Liberty is forced to punt it away, and now pressure on Jenkins here on 1st down. He gets taken down and sacked now, as it's a 2nd down and very long. We're going to go for a screen pass, and that's a good gain right there on the screen to Keon Owens. 13 yards on that catch. Now it's a 3rd down, and pretty manageable for us, honestly. 3rd down and 5. And Jenkins running out of room and running out of time. He does get the pass away, but it's an incompletion. So there's a punt, the first one of the game for International, forced to punt it away. And that's the end of the first quarter here. This first quarter going down quickly in this game, and so far a low-scoring affair. Only 3 points for each team. 44 passing yards, only 5 rushing yards right now in this game because of a couple of sacks. Have really hurt that area of our game. Is a give to Cooley, and Cooley is to the outside and gets taken down. He gets a gain of about 4 there. Critical 3rd down here. 3rd down and 6 to the outside of the dump off, and it's caught over the middle. That's Julian Gray making the grab there over the middle of the field, and I think we called the cover 2 there. Hole in the zone, and a 1st down. Now Cooley here, and I mean, it doesn't look like he's gotten much of anything on that play, but he bounces it to the outside, and then he goes up the middle. He's got such great vision to just find an open hole and get yards where there doesn't seem like there is any, but behind the line, a huge tackle for loss right there. Jeremy Passmore coming in and getting a loss of 4 on that play. Now it's a 3rd down and 7, and Salter trying to scramble and he runs right into a sack. Big play, number 0 there, and that's Reggie Patterson right outside linebacker, and he just breaking through the pass rush and getting a sack. So we'll get the football back here. Florida International has it. And here comes the snap. It's a give, and up the middle goes Joseph. Joseph's got space. Joseph makes a move. Lexington Joseph is in the open field, and nobody's going to catch him. Lexington Joseph all the way into the end zone. 60-plus yard touchdown run by number 8. His 4th rushing TD of the season, and that's his longest run of the year. How about that play on the ground for FIU, who really had nothing going on the ground game through the first quarter of this one. And that was an awesome running play, a great move. And Joseph has the speed to outrun everybody else on the defense. Wow, what a massive play. And Florida at International takes the lead here in the second quarter. They take the lead 10-3. And one more look at this play. I mean, great blocking by the offensive line, but then a great move here evading this tackler. And I don't know who that is exactly on the Liberty defense, but just getting around him with a great move. And then once he gets past number 16 there on the defense, he is just taking off, and nobody there is going to be able to catch him. What a big play for the Panthers. So they have the lead now, and Liberty, I mean, they've been able to move the ball pretty effectively here. They're going for a deep shot, and that one should have maybe been intercepted there. Jamal Potts was right there in the area to knock it away, but probably could have been a pick. Now it's a 3rd down here, and it's a screen pass to Cooley, and Cooley is going to get the 1st down. He's got it, and a gain of about 8 or 9 yards there, as that's over 100. That's 100 passes completed on the season for Salter this year for the Flames. And they're now going to go with a pitch play here. It's a speed option, and Cooley's got some space here on the option. Cooley is out over past midfield and down to the 47. So now it's a 3rd down and 4, nearing 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Liberty trying to put together a scoring drive, and on 3rd and 4, they have to throw it away. And it's now 4th down, and they're going to go for a field goal here. This is a long kick near the 50, and this one is up, and it is good. Wow, that went over a 50-yard field goal. That was a 51-yarder, I believe, on the replay that I looked it up on the replay after this kick was made. This is a crazy kick, and I mean, I guess their kicker is kind of crazy good because, I mean, I don't think our kicker, Chase Gabriel, wouldn't be able to make that kick. That is impressive, honestly, that one went through. It's now a 10-6 game here, and on 3rd down, nowhere for Joseph to go. He gets sacked again. So we punt it back to Liberty here on play action. Liberty's got an open receiver. That's Salter over the middle to Julian Gray. And that's his 2nd big catch of the game. New set of downs, and all of a sudden inside of the 40, inside the 35. Now a give to Cooley. Cooley's got the edge. Cooley's got space. Cooley to the outside near the 10-yard line. Taken down at the 11. He's got 99 rushing yards already. Just keep giving him the rock. And they are going to keep giving him the rock. And he's got a wide open lane and no resistance into the end zone. 11-yard touchdown score. And Liberty is going to take the lead back here in the second quarter. And a 3-4 play drive. That's all it took for the Flames to get back in the end zone. And now Florida International trails again. 2nd down and 12. And I mean, we're still trying to run this football, but we're just not getting anywhere with our running game here in this quarter. Besides that one big run that we had, that's about it. And that's a throw over the middle. That was a dangerous pass that probably should have been intercepted there. And it falls incomplete. Another 3rd down. We can't convert on it, and we're forced to punt it away again. And, you know, again, besides that one play that we had, that one big running play, we really haven't done much as an offense here. I mean, only 114 total yards in this game, and 60 of those came on one play for us. As there's a dump off, and Cooley, I mean, is just sitting there wide open on the flats, and he's going to get an easy 1st down here. Under 2 minutes to go. Nearing a minute to play in this second quarter here. 3rd down and 1. Still dropping back is Sulzer. There's a throw over the middle. That one is caught, but we'll see what the penalty is here. And it's actually going to be roughing the passer on the Panthers. And so that's going to add to the yardage that just happened there. Jeremy Passmore gets called for a penalty, and now Liberty is inside of the 10. So here's the 1st and goal from the 8. Sulzer moving around, and Sulzer is going to find the tight end, Bentley Hanshaw, in the end zone for a score. And that drive took like 4 plays. Liberty back in the end zone again, and they are an extra point away from going up 10. So 17 unanswered points in this game for Liberty Flames here after that touchdown score. Now it's a 20-10 game, and we're trying to get something going on offense here. There's a screen pass. That's going to be a play that is successful, and a new set of downs here on offense for us. 1st down and 10, and this is a critical point in the game. Trying to get some points before the half, and that was a dangerous throw there. Incomplete. And now it's a 2nd down and 10. 44 seconds. Still throw 3 timeouts for FIU. That's a good pass over the middle. That one's caught. And we're going to call our first timeout of the quarter here. 36 seconds to go. Nearing midfield as we're trying to find somebody here. And we should have gone short there, but it's going to fall incomplete. And, yeah, looking at the replay, I should have just gone for the short throw. And we're going to go for it here on 4th down and 3. Maybe a questionable decision, but we're going to get it here. That's a pass over the middle and caught. A huge reception right there by Eric Rivers. And that's actually the first catch of the game for him, I believe. Now under 30 seconds to go. We're rushing to the line here. And Jenkins is going to try and throw it. A deep ball. That's knocked away by the defense there. And now only 18 seconds left. We only have a couple of plays to get into field goal range. As trying to go over the middle. And no, one's intercepted. Picked off. And that's a big play. And taking it all the way back near the 25-yard line. What a huge return on this interception by the Liberty defense. That's a monster mistake right there by Jenkins. And, I mean, that's a huge play because now Liberty is right back in field goal range. Jerome Jolly Jr. over the middle. I mean, I think if you wait a little bit longer, you got to wait a little bit longer if you're Jenkins here. That receiver probably would have came open, but when he threw it there, I mean, he was blanketed, and he threw it right to the defender. That's interception number 12 on the year for Jenkins, and the offense right now, it just does not look good at all. We just have, 66 yards rushing, but again, like all of those rushing yards came on one play in this football game. We've given up 92 rushing yards today. So the offense has really looked not great at all. This is the worst that this offense has looked all season so far this year. And we're in the second half here, and I was kind of just quick managing simming some of this, and our defense is right now just absolutely giving up a big, massive chunk plays down the field, and now Liberty is already inside of the 10-yard line. That's a completion there and a catch, setting up a critical 3rd down and 1, and this game is about to get away from us here if our defense can't come up with a stop. And on 3rd and 1, they go over the middle, and that is going to be incomplete. So our defense is going to stop there, but still 26-10. 3rd down and 10 here. Jenkins trying to find a man over the middle, and that pass is going to be knocked away and incomplete. And there's another incomplete pass. And again, even if that's caught, that's not going to be a 1st down. Now a 3rd down and 3. Cooley's got some edge here, got some space, and he goes inside of the 30-yard line. He's at 177 rushing yards now. Liberty is back on the move, and here's a triple option play, and wide open space for Keon Sulzer. Nobody there on the defensive end to get him down, and now it's a 1st and goal from the 4. So they're at the 4-yard line here. Sulzer is back to pass. Sulzer's going to go over the middle. He has got a completion, and he has got his 2nd touchdown of the game. Over the middle and a catch. As this game, Tyson Mobley here over the middle. He's got his 5th reception, touchdown reception of the year. And this game is pretty much out of reach now for us. I mean, our defense has struggled all night tonight. Our offense has just not been able to do much of anything in this game. That was a great catch there. Over the middle, though, by Eric Rivers. And now, I mean, Florida International desperate for a drive. We got to get something going. There's a good running play. And that's a good run by Joseph. 69 yards on 11 carries. 2nd down and 4. We're going to go over the middle. And there's another good catch. That one caught through traffic by Dean Patterson, who's really only had a few catches all year. He had one 90-plus yard touchdown reception. That's really the only time that I've called on his name in this season, as that's a pass over the middle. Good catch right there by Keon Owens. Down the field and inside the 10. It's 1st down and goal here with the 3rd quarter winding down. As going over the middle and into traffic and knocked away. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter here for us in this game when we're down 23 points. Man, we do need a score right now. There's your look at the top 25 rankings right there. And now it's a 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. We're going to try and go on the ground here. And almost getting in the end zone is Lexington Joseph. He is just short. 4th down and goal from the 1. We got no choice but to go for this. Here it comes. It's a give, and it's up the middle. And Shamoy Lawrence is stopped at the goal line. Tyler Jackson comes up with a tackle behind the line, and we don't score on that possession. That's a monster stand on defense, but there's a safety. And how about that play by our defense right there? Taken down behind the line, a read option play that we had read perfectly. I mean, we called a blitz right there, and Eliza Anderson-Taylor gets behind the line and forces a safety. So we do score, and we get on the board 33-12, and we get the football back, and here's a great play on a screen pass. I mean, that's the only play that's seemingly working for us in the 2nd quarter. Keon Owens gets another good gain on a screen pass there. And now 1st down and 10 here from past midfield, and we're going to hurry up to the line, but nothing there on that run play there. And again, Liberty's running defense has really looked strong, especially in the 2nd half, as we're going to try to go to the edge, and it's complete! A great catch by Eric Rivers right there inside of the 10, and a deep ball thrown. Good throw by Joseph, good connection there. And now another 1st down and goal situation for us here late in this game. I mean, we get a score right here. We're not looking like it's, I mean, it might be in the realm of possibility for us. There's a give, and Shamoy Lawrence cannot really do much there on that play. He only gets a gain of about 2, and he's only got 4 total yards on the ground. Now it's a 2nd down and goal. Joseph is back to pass, but he's going to get taken down, and he loses the football. It is picked up by an offensive lineman, and Jay Hardy coming in there to force the pressure. That is rough, and now it's a 3rd down and goal. Now we're behind the sticks here, and we're going to go back to his screen play, but Liberty reads that ball pretty well, and now it's a 4th down and goal. And again, we got to go for this one right now. We are down multiple scores late in this 4th quarter. We're going forward here, 4th and goal from the 8, and we look over the middle. There's just nobody to go to on this play, and we go short, but it's not going to get us the touchdown. I mean, it's not going to get us anything, and so we turn it over on downs for the 2nd time inside of the 10-yard line, and we just haven't been able to finish drives yet in this game. But over the middle, that's a interception. Jamal Potts is going to pick it off and take it all the way back to the house. Whoa, Jamal Potts with a pick 6, and that is his. I think that's his 4th interception this season, his 1st pick 6 of the year, and I mean, at least our defense is going to pick up some of the slack for our offense not being able to finish a drive in this football game, as that's a completed catch, and there's a score, 1st score of this game since, you know, that big rushing touchdown that we had all the way back at the end of the 2nd, or I think it was in the 2nd quarter, but now it's a 19-33 game. Here, a 14-point lead in this one, as there's a run up the middle for Cooley. He's over 200 rushing yards tonight. And Liberty's game of the game now is to run this clock down as much as they can, but now it's a 3rd down and 12, and it's a dump-off pass, but Cooley's not going to get the first down. So it's a 4th down and 2, and Liberty is going to have to punt the football away, or they're going to try a field goal. This one even longer than the last one that they just tried. And another 50-plus yard field goal, and this one is good! Oh my goodness, how does he end up squeezing that one in between the uprights? That is a crazy kick. A 50-plus yarder, and look at this. Wow, that's about as close as you can get from a field goal going in the uprights, and that's a big play right there. As they're going over the middle, and it's incomplete, but to add insult to injury, we have a penalty. So we're set back here now, 2nd down and 20, and here's a play-action screen pass. There's Ross Fournette. He's got a little bit of a game there. That's a good play, but I mean, we're still behind the sticks a ton here on 3rd down and 11. We have 2 downs on this play here. We're going over the middle. Josiah Myman's got the catch, breaks a tackle. He gets near the 1st down marker, and again, 4 down territory. We're going for this right now. We have no choice. You're nearing the 2-minute warning in this game. And we're going to go back to the area. Now on this slant pattern, that's a good catch. And Eric Rivers, you know, he's had 5 or 6 catches today. And all of the catches that he has had in this game have been pretty big gains, honestly. 3rd down and 10 now. And going over the middle, that's incomplete. But a flag down, and that's going to be roughing the passer. The defense there got to the quarterback and hit him after the throw was already completed. That's a huge penalty to bail us out. And now we go move inside of the 25-yard line, under 2 minutes to play. Going over the middle, that's a completion. There's a catch over the middle by Nevaeh Burris. And now inside of the 10-yard line here, Florida National finally putting together a drive right now, but I mean, it might be just too late for that. There's a give up the middle, and no room there for Keon Owens. We just haven't been able to run the football really at all in this game. And the passing game for us has just not been there either. As there's a snap, and Joseph now is scrambling. Joseph's got an open lane, and Keon Jenkins is going to scramble into the end zone for a touchdown. That is his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, I believe, and FIU does get back in the end zone, their first offensive touchdown since that 60-plus yard rushing score really early on in this game. So now it's a 10-point lead, but that is going to be it. I mean, we tried to do an onside kick. We can't recover the onside kick. And Liberty, all they have to do there is just take a knee and end the bowl game. And FIU will fall here in this one to a ranked Liberty squad by 10 points. And yeah, I mean, our defense looked pretty bad in that game. We gave up 200 rushing yards for Quentin Cooley, and Kason Salter had some really good running plays. I mean, our defense overall just played really bad. I mean, this is one of our worst defensive performances of the season, and I was really worried about that because this team's offense, I mean, this was just a horrible matchup for us. They had a great quarterback, a great running back, and we just couldn't do anything against those guys. And our offense, this was our worst offensive performance, I think, of the entire season. We even played better against Florida, I think. I don't know about total offense if we got more in that game against Florida, but we did score about the same. I mean, 334 yards. I mean, we just didn't run the ball well at all. Only 91 yards, and again, 60 of that came on one play, and so we really only had 40 rushing yards outside of that one play. We only ran the ball 21 times because we were down early, and we were down big in this game immediately almost. And only 22 of 43 completion percentage, 243 passing yards for, 22 completions. That's just not a lot of passing yards at all. And we were bad on third down. I mean, 4 of 14 on third down conversions in this game. We were 2 for 4 for fourth down conversions. This is the first game that we had under 2 turnovers in this one. The first game that we didn't have a fumble that we lost. So in the turnover department, we actually did pretty good, and we didn't turn the ball over very much at all in this game. We forced a pick 6 for them, but I mean, we dominated time of possession as well. Kaden Salter got touchdowns number 20 and 21 on the season, interception number 2 on the year. And he only had 174 passing yards, but he didn't have to do a lot when their running offense was that good. I mean, a passer rating of under 100 for Keon Jenkins. 22 of 43, only 243 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. And, you know, this is a rough game for him. I mean, hopefully he can bounce back against, you know, we're playing a UTEP team next week that's, you know, not had a great season, so hopefully he can rebound against them. And, you know, on the running game, Lexington Joseph, 8 carries, 78 yards, you know, a 1 run of over 20 yards and 1 touchdown. But Keon Owens had a really bad day. He only ran it 5 times. He struggled in this one. And again, overall, running the ball not very successful today. And Quentin Cooley, I mean, probably his best game of the season. He had 4 runs of over 20 yards. In this game, he had over 200 yards running. That's really bad. I mean, you're not going to win a lot of games by giving up that many running yards. And Keon Owens had the most catches in this game, but actually, Eric Rivers had the most receiving yards today. 4 catches for 79 yards through the air. Nobody really had that great of a game receiving in this one. Overall, I mean, Josiah Myman had 3 catches, only 30 yards. Oscar Fournette, 3 catches, 18 yards on a few screenplays that we had him in. And Dean Patterson had a couple of catches. Juju Lewis had 2 catches. Beers had 1 catch. Burris had 1 catch. And Ben Schallenbach, our left tackle for us, had a catch for 6 yards as well. And you look at this receiving for Liberty here. 5 catches for Hanshaw, 4 for Gray. Hanshaw had a touchdown. Mobley had a touchdown, 3 for 25. I mean, spreading the ball out pretty well in this game. Salter spread the ball out pretty well. And you look at the defensive numbers for them, and, you know, 3 sacks. So, I mean, you know, we didn't get sacked. We got sacked really early on in this game. We had a lot of those sacks in the first half. I don't actually know if we got sacked at all in the second half of this game, to be honest with you. But Chris Bodie, Bush, and Hardy had the sacks for Liberty there in this one. And Jerome Jolly Jr. had a pretty important interception that, you know, immediately turned into 3 points on offense for Liberty in this game here today. But no other turnovers forced by their defense. So, yeah, I mean, the defense for Liberty played really pretty effectively outside of a couple of plays and outside of a couple of drives. They were really shutting us down for the most part here. And 5 for 5, Nick Brown had a ridiculous day. He had a 58-yard field goal made, and he had another one of over 50 yards. But Chase Gabriel, I mean, that's a 49-yard kick that he made in this game. That's easily his longest of the year, easily his best kick that we've seen him have this season. That's a pretty big kick right there. I didn't actually know it was that long. But you look at the defense, we had 3 sacks as well on our side. Reggie Patterson had a couple of tackles for loss, including a sack. Eliza Anderson-Taylor had a sack as well, and a couple of tackles for loss, 12 tackles total. Ezekiel Massis had 10 total tackles and a sack in this one as well. And interceptions for us. Jamal Potts had an interception and took it back to the house, 27-yard pick 6 for Jamal Potts. And one other stat to look at for us, we didn't force any fumbles, but we did actually get a safety. That's the first one of the season for us, and that went to Jeremy Passmore in this game. That gave us the first points that we got in the second half of this one. And so, pretty bad loss for us, but we're going into the next week, advancing to week 7. And we have good news. Our first commit of this franchise, and in fact, the first commit of any franchise that I've done in this on this channel, Zach Wheat from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 3-star right end, has committed to FIU. That is huge news. That is big news right there. Our first commit in this recruiting class this year, and that's a big signing for us, as it unfortunately doesn't look like we're going to get Austin Buggs. You know, I'll still put 55 points on him, but right now, Austin Buggs for us doesn't look like a guy we're going to be able to snag. And here's a look at Zach Wheat and his stats. He's got good ones. I like where he's at right now. 74 tackle, 81 run blocking, 79 strength, 78 play rock. I mean, this is a guy that is going to have an impact pretty much immediately. You don't know if he's going to play as a freshman, but certainly a guy that is going to have some time in the starting rotation. He's going to be a guy that's going to make an impact for us really soon in our franchise. In Oregon, defeating Ohio State there, they actually are the #1 team in the nation after that win. That's a pretty big win for them. But no other big recruiting news for you in this game, and we're going to finish off this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next week will be against UTEP and the Miners, and I'm not sure. I might have this game. Well, I'm going to have the Coaching Carousel Dynasty game or video coming out for you next time, and then we'll go back to this franchise here. But FIU now losing a couple of games in a row. They're facing UTEP next week, 1-5 on the season, so this should be a game that is going to be winnable for the Panthers, and we'll see what happens in next week's game. Somebody's going to get their first conference win next week in the CUSA. So come back for that one. So remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet and you want to see more content from me. I will see you guys, everybody, in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.